We are live now. We can start the proceedings of the meeting, sir.
My name is Jairam Vadraj. I'm the Managing Director of ELGi Equipments, and I take great pleasure in welcoming you to our 61st Annual General Meeting held through video conference. This is the second time we are doing it, and I hope in the near future we will be able to get an opportunity to meet each other like we used to. But in another way, this video conference is a boon in disguise because there are a lot of shareholders who are earlier not attending our AGM, and this is an opportunity for them to do so. So, in view of the COVID-19 pandemic, this meeting is being conducted through video conference in accordance with the framework of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and Securities Exchange Board of India. And I wish to state that this meeting is being recorded, and the recorded video will be posted in our website for your review. The facility for joining the AGM through the video conference is being available for the members. During the AGM, if any of the members face any technical issue, he or she may contact the helpline at 022 4918 6175. So I'll repeat that, 022 4918 6175. This number is also mentioned in the AGM notice. So I'd like to mention that as per the Companies Act and SEBI regulation, the company had provided the members with the facility to cast their vote on all the resolutions as set out in the notice through a remote e-voting facility administered by Link in Time India Private Limited during the period from 30th July to 1st August 2021. The facility for voting at this meeting is also provided to members who were unable to cast their vote during the remote e-voting period. Members may note that the e-voting facility is now open to enable shareholders who have not cast their vote earlier to vote now. Mr. M.D. Selvaraj, FCS of MDS and Associates, Company Secretary in Practice in Coimbatore, has been appointed as a scrutinizer for the e-voting process and for ascertaining the requisite majority. Since the AGM is being held through video conference and the resolutions mentioned in the notice convening the AGM have already been put to vote through remote e-voting, there will be no proposing and seconding of resolutions. Members may note that there is no voting by show of hands at this AGM. Members are requested to refer to the instructions provided in the AGM notice for seamless participation and voting during the meeting. The company has received requests wherever they have received requests for speaking during the meeting. The floor will be open to these members one by one, and for such of those people who have registered in advance to speak. The moderator will facilitate the session once the floor is open for question. The speaker shareholder shall thereafter be unmuted by the host. If the shareholder is not able to join through video for any reason, the shareholder can speak through the audio mode. If there are connectivity problems at speaker's end, we would ask the next speaker to join. We would like everyone to keep their comments and questions to a short limit of 3 minutes. And please understand that this can be done only if you register with the host that you wish to speak. In terms of the articles of association, it is hereby informed to the members that based on the reasons of business exigency and urgency, the board of directors of the company have decided that the special business items included in the notice convening the meeting was unavoidable, hence was being considered. In terms of the articles of association, the board has elected me as the chairman of this meeting. Accordingly, I shall commence the proceedings of the meeting. It's my great pleasure to introduce my board members. I'll start with Mr. Harjeet Singh Bahan, who's a non-executive director. Mr. Mohan Nambiar, who is an independent director and chairman of the Stakeholder Relationship Committee. Mr. Ram Prasad, who is an independent director and chairman of the audit committee. Dr. Ganesh Devraj, independent director and chairman of the nomination remuneration committee and compensation committee. Mr. B. Vijay Kumar, who is the independent director. Mr. Sudarshan Vardharaj, who is a non-executive director. Mrs. Aruna Tangaraj, independent director and chairman of the risk management committee. And Mr. Anwar J. Vardharaj, who is a non-executive director. Apart from them, Mr. Bhaskar Paneerselvam of Messrs. Pricewaterhouse Chartered Accountants LLP, the statutory auditors, Mr. M.D. Selvaraj of Messrs. MDS and Associates, the secretarial auditors and scrutinizer are also participating in this meeting from their respective locations. The key executives and senior management, including Mr. Jayakanthan, our CFO, and Mr. Raghunathan, our company secretary, have also joined this meeting from their respective locations. We have the requisite quorum present through video conference to conduct the proceedings of this meeting. I shall now call the meeting to order. Since there is no physical attendance of the members, the requirement of appointing proxies is not applicable. I wish to state that I'm satisfied with the facilities provided to the members of the company for participating in this meeting through video conference. The company has taken all efforts feasible under the circumstances to enable the members to participate and vote on the items being considered in the meeting. The registers as required under the Companies Act 2013 has been made available electronically for inspection by the members during the AGM. The company has also received a certificate from the statutory auditors of the company that the ELGi Equipments Limited Employee Stock Option Plan 2019 has been implemented in accordance with the SEBI Regulations 2014 and the resolutions passed by the members in this regard and the members by these members in this regard. Members seeking to inspect such documents can send their request to investor@elgi.com. I repeat, investor@elgi.com. Since the AGM, notice of the AGM along with the financial statements and director's report is already circulated to all the members, I take the notice convening the meeting as read. As there are no qualifications or comments or remarks in the statutory audit report and secretarial audit report for the financial year ended 31st March 2021, I take the same as read. Before we go on to the resolutions, I would like to take a few brief moments to explain to you the performance of the company during last year, the situation as it is now, and what we expect for the coming year. As you all know, there was a global lockdown when we started out, actually towards the end of March of last year or the year before, and continued through to almost the end of May of last year. And then subsequently, one by one, the economies recovered, and we were quite surprised by the vibrancy and the extent to which all the economies all over the world bounced back from a very serious first 2 months. From a position of really a big concern of what the future looked like for the company, we went into a situation where we found it very difficult to actually deliver to the orders that we were getting from the market. So it was a good problem to have, and the team did an excellent job of ensuring supplies were made. The team did an excellent job that the customers were met, customers were serviced, and they did an excellent job under all of this under the circumstances of ensuring that all our employees stayed safe and healthy. So this continued on till end of the year, and we had, as you can see from the results, we had a very good year considering the circumstances, and we entered the current financial year on the strength of on the back of a very strong finish in last financial year. But unfortunately, India encountered the second wave. Unlike the first wave, where the whole world encountered it, this time around it was restricted to India. And while the rest of the world was continuing to open up and grow, we had the challenge of having to ensure deliveries, especially for our global markets that we had very deliberately incubated over many years. Again, I must compliment the team of our people, our team members who have done exceedingly well in spite of even more challenging COVID circumstances because the Delta variant was much more aggressive. It was causing a lot more infections and hospitalization, and the team did an outstanding job, and they continue to do so. And in the meantime, the whole country, the government made out a big program for creating oxygen generators in hospitals all over the country. And the company came forward to, a compressor is required, and the company came forward to disproportionately supply. And we've got huge accolades from the government and the various agencies involved for the timely supplies that we have made. And we've been singled out as the only company that made these supplies on time, whereas the rest of them still are struggling. So, my compliments to the entire team for having made this happen. The year continues to be challenging. There are signs of very positive signals in the economy, but there is also a very serious and almost definitive consequence of a third wave. We all have to be very careful. We need to learn from what has happened in the first and second wave. And I'm confident that the company with its team will be able to do it. But in terms of market impact, it's still too early to say. So we'll have to wait and see. But right now, things look quite positive. So this is really the summary of the whole of 2021 and as it stands right now in the current financial year. So now I would like to go into the resolutions for the AGM. Resolution item number 1 is of the notice is adoption of the annual financial statements. The financial statements of the company, including the consolidated financial statements for the year ended March 31st, 2021, including the reports of the Board of Directors and Auditors, have already been provided to the members. Item number 2 of the notice, declaration of dividend. The company proposes to pay a dividend of 80 paise per equity share to the shareholders for the financial year ended 31st March 2021. I just want to highlight that this dividend is on the post bonus share capital, which is double what it was in the prior year. Notice number 3, reappointment of Dr. T. Balaji, DIN 00002755 as a director on retirement by rotation. Item number 4, ratification of the remuneration payable to Messrs. STR and Associates, firm registration number 000029, cost auditors of the company for the financial year ending 31st March 2022. Item number 5, approval for payment of consultancy fee to Mr. Harjeet Singh Vahan, DIN 00003358, non-executive director, for the rendering of services in the nature of business process consulting with effect from 1st April 2021 to 31st March 2022. This is a special resolution. Since I'm interested in the next resolution, I request Mr. Ram Prasad, Independent Director, to take over the chair of the meeting. Thank you, Mr. Ram Prasad.
Thank you. Going to item number 6 of the notice, appointment of Mr. Anwar J. Varadaraj, DIN 072739442, as an Executive Director of the company for a period of 5 years, with effect from 2nd August 2021. Is the resolution. We are not. Thank you. Now I request Dr. Jairam Varadaraj to take over the proceedings.
Thank you, Mr. Ram Prasad. Item number 7, approval for selling or disposing of the property of Patents Inc. USA, a material subsidiary of the company, pursuant to Regulation 24(6) of SEBI. This is a piece of land which we have put in the market for sale. We have got some preliminary interest. Nothing has been finalized. So this is an enabling resolution, and we will keep the shareholders informed of the progress. Members may note that the text of the resolutions along with explanatory statement is provided in the notice circulated to the members. So we will now take any questions from shareholders if they have registered themselves for answering the questions.
So there are 4 speakers registered for the meeting, sir.
Thank you, Mrs. Dhanalakshmi. I've just been communicated that no shareholders have registered for raising any questions or making comments in this meeting. I thank you for attending this meeting. The members may note that the e-voting facility will remain open for the next 15 minutes to enable you to cast your vote. And the results of the voting, the remote e-voting and the e-voting during this meeting will be declared within 3 days, and the consolidated scrutinizer's report will be placed in the company's website and the website of Link in Time India Private Limited. And the results will also be intimated to the stock exchanges. The resolutions as set forth in the notice shall be deemed to be passed today, subject to receipt of requisite number of votes. Again, I want to thank all the shareholders who have taken their time to join us through this on this virtual platform for our AGM. And I want to extend my thanks to all the board members who have taken the time and my colleagues at work who have also joined us. Thank you very much. I declare the proceedings as closed. Thank you.